Could we please have the choir, band, and ASL members report to your performance areas at this time? Please remain standing. And gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America. At this time, please join the Peoria High School Air Force ROTC Color Guard in the presentation of the colors and the performance of our national anthem, led by senior members of the PHS Choir, and the national anthem signed by members of our American Sign Language Club.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose our stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing. To welcome you this afternoon to our commencement ceremony, on behalf of the class of 2017, please welcome our senior class president, Ms. Shannon Sons.
Please pause for a moment of silence. You may be seated. Welcome, not to the end, but to the beginning. A brand new book is being published, and I heard it was titled, Oh, the Places You'll Go. It includes features from new friends, new memories, and a brand new lifestyle. In this book, you will find a world full of long nights and sunny days. You'll find the main character being stressed out due to college courses, or maybe the intense level of boot camp. Depends on which book you pick up. Some books may start off a little rough, but I promise you, you have to keep going in order to get to the best part. Each novel is written exactly how it's supposed to be. There are no flaws. You must embrace every detail, good or bad. We are here today to welcome each book into our lives, not one story being the same. Today, unfortunately, is the day we turn the last page in our book titled Growing Up. There are some people who has helped us write this novel that we must take a moment to thank. Our best friends, of course, who I hope we all take with us into our next adventure. Our teachers and staff who inspired us to keep going in our book, not to just stop halfway through, to keep flipping the pages till we reach the end. And most importantly, our family. To our moms and dads, or anyone who has stepped up to become a father figure or parent in our lives, you guys let us write our own fate. To our brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, and grandparents who supported all our decisions, thank you. Thank you for joining us as we close our book and open the next one. There isn't any other group of extraordinary individuals who I'd rather be spending today with. So, congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. Your mountain is waiting. So class of 2017, get on your way.
Now to welcome you in Spanish with our traditional bienvenidos, please welcome Senior Albani Moreno Armas.
Before I begin, for all of you that didn't believe I spoke Spanish, today you will realize I do. Bienvenidos a todos, educadores, familiares, amigos y clase de 2017. Hoy tengo el gran honor de darles la bienvenida a nuestro acto de graduación, pero también a la clase de 2017 decirles que el mundo nos da su bienvenida. Hoy comienza una nueva etapa de nuestras vidas que con mucho esfuerzo y apoyo de todos los presentes se pudo hacer realidad. Estoy orgullosa de todos los logros que hemos alcanzado individualmente y estoy segura que vamos a hacer cosas inmensas. Algunos seremos doctores, policías, maestros o dueños de negocios, pero lo más importante no es la profesión que ejerzamos, sino que llevaremos el nombre de Peoria a lo más alto. En una nota más personal, gracias. Gracias por no solo haberme hecho sentir parte de la familia Panther, pero por abrirme las puertas de su país. Estoy agradecida con Dios por haber escogido a Peoria High School para cumplir mis años de secundaria. Clase del 2017, llegó la hora de entrar al mundo de adultos. Ha sido un placer conocerlos, verlos convertirse en mejores individuos. Me voy sabiendo que mi familia de 5 creció a 348. Gracias.
Our first musical interlude of the afternoon comes to us from the Peoria Concert Band, featuring senior band members. Today, they'll be performing variations on a Korean folk song arranged by John Barnes Chance. Thank you, Peoria Concert Band. Many of our students are wearing a variety of regalia with their graduation gowns today. To describe these student honors, please welcome PHS Assistant Principal, Mrs. Cedrica Hester.
Good afternoon. At this time, we would like to recognize the graduating seniors who are adorned with cords, ribbons, tassels, sashes, and medals. Seniors who participated in academic clubs and activities are wearing the following cords and sashes. Please stand and hold your applause until all colors are recognized. For academic clubs, top 1%, gold academic scholar medal with green, gold, white cords. Top 5%, bronze academic scholar medal with green, gold cord. Top 10%, green, white cord. White stole, National Honor Society. Blue, yellow tassel, NHS officers. Red, pink cord, early graduate, top 10% junior class. Please applaud these students for their academic honors. You may be seated, students. For our clubs and activities, blue stole, AVID. White cord, JAG. Silver blue cord, ROTC. Gold sashes, student body. Green gold cords, student council. Red white cord, yearbook, PTV news. White stole with red lettering, yearbook, PTV news editors. Blue white cord, DECA national participants. White sash, MESA. Blue cord, be a leader. Red, white, blue, double cord, ASL Honor Society. Laurent Clerk Medal, ASL Honor Society High Honors. Red cord, blood drive, donated 3 times senior year. Please applaud these students for their involvement in clubs and activities. Thank you. You may be seated.
With our first student address of the afternoon, please welcome Peoria High School senior Daniel Zabita.
How is it going? Beautiful, beautiful. Glad to be here today. Hello to the students, family, faculty, and alumni. It's an honor to be here today. And hello to the graduating class of 2017. It took us 4 long years to get here, but like the Canadian rapper Drake once said, we made it. You know, high school can be broken into 2 stages, entering high school and figuring it out. Now, when I entered high school, I didn't think school worked how at least you thought it was. School worked different for me. When I entered high school, I thought I knew everything. Turns out, I don't know much of anything. Standing here today, I wish I was as smart as I thought I was freshman year. You know, after entering high school, I started my journey to figure it out. I figured it out about halfway through high school. I found my passion, public speaking. You know, when I first started, I was nervous. I was a nobody. I thought nobody knew me. I thought nobody was gonna like me. You see, when I give speeches, I like to incorporate jokes to try to get the audience on my side. And at school, I did the same thing to try to get the students on my side. I needed to talk about something that everyone knew about and some hated. Our principal. You know, the first time I told a joke about our principal, I was terrified. I thought I'd do my routine and then nobody would ever see me again. But it all worked out. and now I'm here today at my graduation talking about my principal. Now, people come up to me and ask, they say, Daniel, you could tell jokes about your principal? Of course I can. I'm Daniel Zamita. Plus, he's old. He forgets things quickly. You know, now we're at a new stage. We're out of high school. So we no longer have to follow the same childish rules. I've been dreaming of the day when I didn't have to raise my hand to use the restroom. Now, I no longer have to. The next time I raise my hand won't be to ask to use the restroom. It'll be to high five the guy next to me in the restroom. You know, we're looking towards the future. We're not scared of the future, we're scared of the unknown. Well, I believe life is like a mountain. You know, a lot of us today feel like we're on top of that mountain, but we can't stay on top of the hypothetical mountain forever. You'll run out of food, water, and die from starvation. So you have to keep on moving until you reach the next mountain, and then the next mountain, and then the next mountain, until you reach an age where your kids can carry you up the mountain. You know, the greatest advice I'd ever gotten was from a lead singer at a concert. He said, get rid of your dreams and set goals. To me, that means fight for what you want and work towards what you want instead of just imagining it. Those who hold you back, those who tell you you're not good enough or you can't do something, those are your biggest motivators. You know, we're going into the real world now, and the real world's not pretty. For example, some of us look better in green than others. You know, Steve Jobs once said, some mistakes will be made along the way. That's good, because at least some decisions will be made along the way. Now, in life, people will try to hide things from you, question things in life. For example, why is there a few empty rows in the back? We have missing students and nobody seems to be worried at all. But no, anyways, congratulations, we finished high school. Now, if there's one thing you can get from this speech, just remember, in 5 to 10 years from now, you won't remember who you're sitting next to today or who you're standing next to. But never forget what you stand for. Congratulations, class of 2017. Hi, Mom.
Our next student speaking on behalf of the class of 2017. Please welcome to the stage senior Juliana Torres.
My fellow students, I welcome you to this very joyous occasion. On behalf of all our hard work we've put in these last 4 years, I'd like to take the time to reflect on our journey, for all the times we will forever remember in the form of poetry. I remember being lost on my first day, even though we went to Cub Camp. Once a week, we would hear the Friday flow. You all remember how Ali used to go. I remember the whole school gathered as a Panther head on the field, and as freshmen, we all thought this was a big deal. At Battle of the Classes, everyone went crazy, because as freshmen, we scored a point and proved we weren't lazy. But that was only the beginning. I remember sophomore year when we all felt emptier, because Michelle Obama signed a bill that made us a little healthier. I remember one away game, the football team was on a roll, the day we beat Cactus on their grounds by a field goal. My favorite game in Sullivan's was recreating wars from history. We made alliances with each other in hopes of achieving victory. Or the day Bauer was a little savage when he called out teachers during the Ice Bucket Challenge. At Battle of the Classes, our side was full of decorations. We were the first group to do this and exceeded expectations. I remember the struggle of passing George every day, because without an ID, you had to go to the bookstore and pay. But despite some struggle we all experienced, we were finally juniors and became a bit more serious. I remember junior year when the art kids felt even more awesome, the day they met the one and only Randy Johnson. This was the year some of us were a little stressed, when we learned you could only graduate if you passed the civics test. For kids in day push, it was a nice little break. Compared to his test, it was a piece of cake. But when the ACT came around, we were all in trouble, and this was the moment the pressure doubled. I remember at Battle of the Classes, we beat the seniors in tug of war. After putting up a fight, they left a little sore. We had the best prom ever planned because our class created Alice in Wonderland. I remember the time had finally come for senior registration to plan out our year leading up to graduation. And in a blink of an eye, we gathered for the senior sunrise. Throughout first semester, we were all a little late, now that admin decided to put up the gates. I remember Chavez created fun ways to learn. We all know the 22nd Amendment means 2 terms. Being seniors, we think about events from the past, and we come to realize it truly went by fast. Here we are, graduating side by side, because the past 4 years have been filled with pride. Pride in the first year events this year we created to replace some traditions that were just a little outdated. We produced the first ever lip dub where everyone collaborated to battle the sexes where the females dominated. But as the year came to a close and the emotions sank in, we remember all our lasts, where the memories never end. I remember Friday Night Lights and our last homecoming to senior pictures and prom. Weren't we all stunning? As our high school years come to a close, what comes next, we can only suppose. The future awaits, so enjoy it and don't hurry. Class of 2017, good luck on your journey.
For our second musical piece of the afternoon, we hear from our PHS choir featuring senior members of the choir with their song, Ubi Caritas, arranged by Mac Huff.
Ubi caritas et
Thank you, PHS Choir. Continuing to describe the honors earned by our senior class, represented by the regalia they are wearing, please welcome back to the stage Mrs. Cedrica Hester.
Now we would like to recognize seniors who participated in CTE and committed to the military. They are wearing the following cords and ribbons. Please hold your applause to all activities or call. Black ribbon with medal for CTE mastery and subject area, agricultural sciences, Air Force Junior ROTC, advanced construction technologies, bright gold sash, FFA, green blue cord, National Technical Honor Society, dark green single cords, athletic trainers. Seniors who also participated in performing arts programs are wearing the following cords: pink cord, band, purple green cord, choir, pink black cord, National Dance Honor Society, blue sash, theater. Military is represented with red, white, blue cord, 3 students committed to the military branch. Please applaud these students for their efforts. Thank you. You may be seated.
Presenting our final student address of the afternoon, from the class of 2017, please welcome to the stage Marissa Shaw.
We stand here today on the edge of the future. It is no longer a distant reality. It is finally here, and it is today. We started off as children, trying to find our way, getting sent to sweep or getting yelled at by George. We have completed a basic level of education to launch us into the future of adulthood. But it wasn't so easy. It wasn't easy trying to find your way as a freshman. It wasn't easy making those little mistakes throughout your adolescence. And it definitely wasn't easy getting used to those ginormous skates that make us lazy students walk all the way around. But the secret's out, and we did it. Coming to Peoria as a freshman, you were expecting to see fights break out every day because people have told you how ghetto Peoria is. But Peoria is not ghetto. There is something so special about this school, which is why so many students come back later on to teach here. If Peoria was ordinary, why would we have over 8 married couples teaching here? Why would so many of our staff stay at Peoria for over 20 years of their life? Our school is something so special, and the class of 2017 is just as great. When we were freshmen, we looked up to the seniors and thought that they had it all figured out, but here we are. I could have sworn it was just yesterday that we were at freshman orientation, and Mr. Hill had us massage the back of the person next to us. Does anyone else remember how weird that was? And now, we're the seniors we thought we'd never become. I know all of us graduates here can agree that this class is insanely special. I mean, what other class has had such talented individuals with so much going on them for the future? In our class of 2017, we have a professional DJ that has made our assemblies so successful. In our class, we have a student who holds the world power record for powerlifting. In our class, we have an aspiring rapper, we have 2 individuals that cheered internationally, and we have over 5 DECA students competing at the national level. And last but not least, we have a student going on exchange to Spain all by herself for a year. I'm proud to be her best friend, by the way. Overall, we have incredible individuals in our class, but we're all special. We're all talented, and we're all unique, and of course, we're all different. I'm sure we can all say that the last 4 years has shown us many lessons. We learned who we are as individuals, who our friends are, and what our goals are for the future. I know that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the constant push and motivation from my teachers and my family. They continue to play such a major role in our lives, and without them, we could be super seniors, which no one wants. But you know, things don't always go the way we plan. Like when you expect to ace a test and you get your paper back with a sad face, or when you go to your last homecoming as a senior and the lights don't turn off. I know I saw some things I wish I could unsee. But one thing I know about this class is that we're resilient. No matter where we go, what we do, who we date, and even what we eat, there's going to be major challenges. And when these challenges come our way, it's important for us to keep our head up, our heart open, and our mind ready. We must go through every day remembering what our loved ones have been telling us. And as much as no one wants to admit it, they were right. They were right when they said how important freshman year is grade-wise. They were right when they told us high school will fly by. And they were right when they told us those simple but motivational words, we can do it. It's important to acknowledge those who have helped us get here today, and remember that the most important person that helped you is you. Because no one makes you pass your classes, and no one forces you to get involved. No one makes you apply for college. At the end of the day, you are the biggest part of your accomplishments. So shout out to you. Before us graduates leave today, we must remember to live up to our own extreme potential. Because think about how amazing it would if we could, how amazing it would be if we could. We can change the world, and despite what anyone can say, they can never tell us that we can't. Most importantly, the best way us graduates can show our gratitude is to make the most of the opportunity we have been given and to go forward into the world with the intention of making it a better place, not only for ourselves, for the generation that follows. Congratulations, 2017, we did it.
This senior class has earned some major accomplishments in their time here at Peoria High School. Now, to present to you the class of 2017 in his 5th year at PHS, our #1 Panther, Principal Mr. Paul Bauer.
I hope I can do justice to the great speaking that our students did right before us. You guys did a wonderful job. And Daniel, I'll see you in my office after this. I have a referral for you. Welcome, class of 2017 and guests. At this time, I'd like to recognize some distinguished guests that are with me here on the stage, as well as in the audience. I saw Colonel Yates, one of our former ROTC instructors here, and Mr. Steve Savoy is in the audience as well as Ms. Danielle Airy, our PR director for the district. Up here on the stage, we have Mrs. Doan, one of our school board members, Superintendent Dr. Darwin Stifler, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Ken Hicks, and our K-12 District Administrator, Mr. Bob Kegel, as well. Students, I know that you know, but I want to make sure your parents know, and I'd like to formally recognize our Secretary, Mrs. Bruce, in the back in the yellow, and Assistant Principal, Mr. Camacho, and Mrs. McCullum, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that today's ceremony goes well. What a year it's been. We've seen victories on the athletic field and the courts, including a state championship in the track. Well done, gentlemen. In the PAC, we've witnessed outstanding musical, dance, and theater productions. We've achieved awards and recognition for our MESA projects, our CTE teams, and of course that wonderful new mural that adorns the Old Main. Well done, Art. We've fed and clothed the hungry. We've literally shared our blood, being one of the top schools in the state for the blood drives. Over Christmas break, we rebuilt a community house, and I know many of you played a major, major role throughout our city in community service projects. I'm proud to have known you as fine young men and women. Graduates, although today is about you, we would like to take a moment to recognize your families. We'd like to thank them for trusting us with their most precious resource, you. High school's not always easy, but the love and support that your parents and families have provided have helped provide you with excellent role models, and you've become model citizens and great Panthers. One of the great things about Peoria High School is the many wonderful traditions that have developed over nearly a century of educating young men and women. At this time, we'd like to recognize some of the graduates and the families who have had 3 or more immediate family members graduate from the Peoria High School. Please stand when your names are called. Please hold your applause till all the names have been called. With 3 family members, Christopher Vega, Samantha Smithart, Rebecca Funk, Jaylene Carlos, Daisy Gonzalez, Fabrizio Gutierrez Marquez, Angelica Hassan, Amanda Jimenez, Hannah LeBron, Tiana Gill, Austin Noose, Gabriela Sanchez, and Roman Salcido. We're proud of you and thank you, moms and dads. With 4 family members, Rhea Rodriguez, Xavier Labarrio, Alexis Chagoya, Julia Olivaria, Joseph Cardenas, Brandy Erickson, Juliana Torres, Adam Vega, and Joseph Webb. Well done. 5 family members, we're still going. Desiree Castro, Tasha Coffey, Joey Hernandez, and Levi Robinson. And we're still going. With 8 family members, Katrina Duarte, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you, you may be seated. Of these names, it's interesting to note that we have several family members who have graduated over 50 years ago from Peoria High School. Roman Salcido's grandfather, Richard Raina, graduated from Peoria in 1966. And graduating 55 years ago is Joey Hernandez's grandmother, longtime PUSD employee, Mary Cota. Thank you, families. I want to take a moment also and recognize our teachers. Teachers, please stand. Panthers, your teachers have laughed with you, cried with you, cheered you, scolded you, counseled you, and celebrated you. They've helped you realize that school is much more than quadratic equations and discussion with Mr. Beaumont about whether or not there is such a thing as free lunch. They've served as teachers, educators, coaches, sponsors, advisors. They've helped you begin to realize the unlimited potential. They've emotionally invested in your success, and they hold on to you and to themselves with the highest standards. They see the future every day in your eyes, hearts, and minds. We want to take a moment and recognize them. So graduates, please recognize your teachers. You may be seated. We have several staff members who will be moving on to new opportunities this summer, including Mrs. Garish, Ms. Benalis, Ms. Armenta, Ms. Cope, and Ms. Gardner. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank them for their commitment, dedication, and service to Peoria High School, the city of Peoria, the Northwest Valley, and the surrounding areas. It's a better place to learn and work and live because of your efforts. I want to take just a moment, though, to recognize 2 other longtime Peoria Panthers. Mr. Pat Perez will be retiring after serving our district and school as a teacher, coach, and district level coordinator for many, many years. And our former state champion basketball coach, current media teacher, Mike Serwa, which I think he was in the back there. Mike's transferring to another school in our district to work his magic with a younger group of students. So graduates, let's once again honor and recognize the best teachers in the Peoria Unified School District. Another longtime Peoria employee has had a significant impact on Peoria High School. Many of you might not even realize that. It's Robert Kegel, our K-12 administrator. He will be retiring this June. Bob, we have a little gift for you right up here. Several weeks ago, we at an assembly organized by Ms. Sydney Allward, our career specialist, we honored a number of students who have received scholarships and awards. Well over $7 million was awarded to this class. Nearly $750,000 of it went to our avid seniors. If you received an award or scholarship, would you please stand and be recognized? Well done. You may be seated. You might find it interesting that over 80% of you will be attending a post-secondary school, 5% will be serving our country, and over 15% will be going into the workforce. Many of the students that you saw standing received their scholarships based on their academic achievement. We'd like to recognize them at this time. If you are in the top 10%, would you please stand? Thank you. Top 5%, would you please stand? Thank you. And finally, I'd like to name the graduating students in the top 1% of their class. Would you please stand and be recognized? Andrea Hernandez Limon. Juliana Torres. And Nicholas Ramos. Well done. We are proud of you and your accomplishments and know that you will go on to accomplish great things. Like many of you, I have a love of history, and I wanted to take a moment to tell you a story. I didn't hear it in Mr. Marsden's class or Miss Warsden's class. It's about a famous individual that I'm sure many of you know, but you might not know the background. His name is Snavely. Yes, that's his real name. His first name's not much better, but his middle name is Snavely. He was born in Pennsylvania right before the Civil War. And like many of you, his first language was not English. He was raised by a single mom. When he was 10 years old, his younger sister died. He attended multiple schools, but unlike you, he dropped out at the 4th grade at the age of 13. Yeah, do the math. He should have been in 8th grade, but he dropped out when he was in 4th grade at 13. He went to work for a cruel boss, learning to be a printer. He lasted in that job less than 3 months when his hat fell into the printing press and he was fired. He borrowed money from family members, traveled to Philadelphia, and with a family friend by the name of, and I can't make these names up, Harry Lebkicker, named Lebby, Snavely and Lebby were soon bankrupt in their first business. They started another business, and guess what? They failed. He traveled to the west, to Colorado, in search of riches in the silver mines. Started another business in Denver, and failed. He moved to Chicago, New Orleans, New York City, starting businesses in each of those stops, and he failed. Now you might be thinking, this is not that great of a speech. I'd probably rather listen to Juliana, Marissa, or Daniel. By the young age of 26, young Snavely was bankrupt and penniless. He returned home. Even his family members who had lent him money refused to take him in. He went and slept in the front room of his good friend Lebby Lebkicker. They started a new business making caramel candies. At night, they would investigate and try new different recipes, and in the day they would travel the streets trying to sell their new candies. After a trip to Chicago, he soon began to experiment in milk chocolate. Dark chocolate was the primary chocolate found throughout the world. There were only 3 companies in the United States that were making chocolate. It was all dark chocolate, and it was only available to the extremely wealthy. But Snavely and Lebby worked hard to create a chocolate product that was available for all people. He persevered and finally discovered a recipe for making milk chocolate. He bought some land in central Pennsylvania and he built a factory to make this milk chocolate. He ensured that his employees were very well paid. He built an entire town for his workers with large parks. He gave millions of his own money to construct a hospital for the town. Unable to have children, he and his wife started an orphanage and a school as well. So who's this Snavely fellow? Well, you might know him by his first name, Milton. I can see from your faces that Milton doesn't help you either. Milton Snavely Hershey is the man's name. He founded the Hershey Chocolate Company, the Hershey Food Company, the city of Hershey, Pennsylvania, the Hershey School, and the Hershey Medical Center. Yes, he dropped out of multiple schools by the age of 14. He got fired from many jobs. He went bankrupt many times. He was penniless by the time he was 26. English was not his first language. He was raised in a single-parent home. But he never stopped learning. He never stopped working. He always persevered. And I see that in each and every one of you. I've seen some of the hurdles that you have overcome in your 4 years at Peoria High School. He surrounded himself, like many of you, with loyal, productive friends. He embraced technology. He was deeply concerned about his fellow citizens, especially those less fortunate. And I see that in you with the blood drive data and the house that was built during Christmas. So graduates, I want you to follow young Snavely's lead. Work tirelessly to impact our world for greatness, not just for yourself, but for your classmates, your communities, and your country. You'll no doubt have some failure, as young Mr. Milton Snavely Hershey did, but young Snavely became very wealthy. He was well known throughout the world. Penniless at 26, he founded a company that's worth over $5 billion today. That's billion with a B. His hospital is currently on the cutting edge of medical research, particularly on the healthcare front for pediatrics, for help with children with cancers. His school serves orphan children and refugee children from all over the world. And his town, well, if you were to travel there today, the air that you breathe is permeated with the unbelievable sweet smell of chocolate. The street lights, believe it or not, are in the shape of Hershey Kisses, and one of the largest roller coasters in the world can be found in one of the parks he created over 100 years ago. Young Snavely worked tirelessly and persevered to create a sweet legacy that impacts all of us. Go and do the same. Dr. Stifler and Mrs. Stone, please join me at the podium. And now, with pride and pleasure, as principal of Peoria High School, I certify that each of these students has met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of Arizona and the Peoria Unified School District. I present this class to you as a representative of the Peoria Unified Governing Board. Mrs. Stone, I respectfully request that you accept these graduates and that you confer diplomas on them.
On behalf of the Governing Board of the Peoria Unified School District and by the authority vested in me by the state of Arizona, I accept this recommendation that the Peoria High School class of 2017 has met the requirements for graduation. Mr. Bauer, please present the graduates to receive their diplomas.
All right, so you'll go in this X, and Darn, you'll be on the other one. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
As graduates come forward, just a note to family members, photos of your graduates receiving their diplomas will be taken today by Life Touch Photography. Information on ordering these photos will be available in the packets the students receive on their way out of the stadium today.
Albani Andrina Moreno Armas.
Anthony Michael Schultz.
Juliana Marie Torres.
Shannon Ray Sons.
Tasha Sierra Coffey.
Daniel Jacob Samita.
Tiana Gray Gill.
Marissa Shaw.
Mary Frances Rebecca Funk.
Abbas Ba.
Valerie Ailenette Hampa.
Douglas Aaron Bonacari.
Megan Esperanza Hernandez.
Evaristo Benito Camacho.
Brianna Nicole Hopkins.
Tanner Scott DeShong.
Jasmine Destiny Villa.
Christian Garcia.
Isaac Andre Abasta.
Alisa Josephine Garza Nieto.
Alex Jacob Abilio.
Edward Jesus Gil.
Brandon Alexander Ackerman.
Christopher James Isaiah Gossett.
Michael Gabriel Acosta.
Bonnie Mae Gully.
Vincent Joseph Acosta.
Brian Joseph Massonier.
Elsa Beatrice Adame.
Julia Isabel Sue Murphy.
Sierra Michelle Aguilar.
Joshua Morgan Nelson.
Brandy Aguirre Martinez.
Ashley Esther Atkins.
Javon Ray Alexander.
Jonathan Manuel Romero.
Lyle Allen.
Adam Lee Cole.
Ramon Faustino Humberto Amaraz.
Early graduate Rebecca Kylie Matadamas.
Heather Marie Braish.
Casey Devon Anderson.
Elijah Richard Buck.
Angel Regina Aparicio.
Maria Roxana Bugianu.
Tyrell Luis Aponte.
Austin Christian Camacho.
Adriana Nicole Jasso Arajo.
Joseph Gilbert Cardenas.
Marisela Ariana Arbolida.
Jaylene Carlos.
Matthew Jason Amendares.
Natalie Carranza.
Jared Bailey.
Hannah Cecilia Carrizosa.
Destiny Brianna Balisan Martinez.
Marissa Ann Case.
Warren Lee Begay.
Bulmaro Enrique Castillo.
Samuel John Belmonte.
Isabella Teresa Castillo.
Yesenia Patricia Beltran.
Serene Maria Castillo.
Elizabeth Jane Benham.
Desiree Monique Castro.
Eduardo Isaí Benitez Cisneros.
Alexis Taylor Chagoya.
Zachary Brett Bingham.
Uriel Charez.
Cody James Bonner.
Brianna Marie Clemens.
Eli William Bonner.
Martin Jesus Contreras.
Naomi Denise Barboya Gastelum.
Nicholas Austin Cooley.
Brianna Nicole Bauk.
Alexis Corella Gastello.
Brandon Scott Bowden.
Raymond Anthony Cortez Jr.
Ashley Alyssa Bradley.
Elisa Nicole Espinosa.
Diego Cas.
Isaiah Shido Estrada.
Haley Carlene Kressler Ruff.
Luis Felix Farias Guerrero.
Jasmine Celeste Cruz.
Jordan Jeffrey Fegans.
Walter Alex Cruz.
Damian Alfonso Felix.
Caitlin Danielle De Alejandro.
Levi Cole Robinson.
Marissa Anais Degorio.
Jacob Allen Galati.
Elena Rosamaria De La O.
Deja Benet Galbraith.
Stephen Edward Delgadillo.
Stephen Anthony Gallegos.
Christian Justice Demby Lamas.
Nancy Marie Inez Garcia.
Mayara Diaz.
Nathaniel Ray Colchado Garcia.
Alexandra Jo Dooley.
Perla Garcia.
Katrina Diana Duarte.
Sally Josephine Garcia Gonzalez.
Robert Stephen Duque.
Alex Fernando Garcia Sanchez.
Kristen Elaine Dykstra.
Arione Rael Gilmore Lewis.
Joseph Odell Eagle.
Amy Golick.
Isaiah DeAndre Ely.
Jasmine Lizette Gomez.
Gavin Rain Elmquist.
Jacob Anthony Gonzalez.
Diana Enriquez.
Malia Patricia Gonzalez.
Brandy Alexis Erickson.
Alberto Gonzalez.
David Artemio Escobedo.
Christopher John Hiley.
Jonathan Blaze Gonzalez.
Jonathan Caleb Hill.
Daisy Gonzalez Gomez.
Tyler Walton Hines.
Vanessa Marie Granado.
Tyler Joseph Harrelez.
Gabrielle Renee Green.
Daniel Isao Hirata Fakui.
Rachel Leanne Green.
Sabrina Marie Hirsch.
Mariah Haley Griego.
Zenia Holguin.
Fabricio Gutierrez Marquez.
Ashley Marie Holmes.
Ethan Guider.
Afi Abulrahman Ibrahim.
Aminata Habamana.
Brianna Jade Ingersoll.
Darius Sebastian Haddock.
Macy Nicole Ippolito.
Anthony Roy Hansen.
Stuart Samuel Ishak.
Megan Makanalani Harley.
Layla Ishtewi.
Angelica Ariel Hassan.
Peyton Delane Ivy.
Amanda Nicole Hernandez.
Chase Riley Jenkins.
Amber Lynn Hernandez.
Amanda Rodriguez Jimenez.
Ariel Hernandez.
Dominic Eugene Jones Douglas.
Edgar Ivan Hernandez.
Christopher D'Angelo Juniel.
Gabriela Rose Hernandez.
Joseph Bautista Jurado.
Joey Toby Hernandez.
Kyle Robert K.
Andrea Hernandez Limon.
Uriah David Marquez.
Nihad Kubad Koshna.
Stephanie Allison Marquez Flores.
John Douglas Langford.
Marissa Christine Martinez.
Hannah Michelle Lazier.
Neftali Maximo Jr.
Xavier Christopher Labarrio Sanchez.
Rugamba Mbanza.
Hannah Elizabeth LeBron.
Shay Madison McCrowan.
Pedro Lerma III.
Amanda Jean McGuire.
Taylor Austin Llewellyn.
Kieran Daniel McKee.
Luz Elaine Leva.
Jasmine Hope McManus.
Angelica Pilar Lopez.
Paul Aaron McNeil.
Emerson Maxwell Lopez.
John Logan McParland.
Lori Adela Lopez.
Brianna Rayleigh Mejia.
Orlando Francisco Lobato Jr.
Shamiran Melu.
Mark Anthony Lovo.
Daisy Elena Renee Mendez.
Devin Lane Lucas.
Adriana Irene Mendoza.
Anthony Ray Luna.
Cameron Jacob Miller.
Tanner Joseph Magarel.
Giovanni David Miramontes Sa.
Juan Daniel Maldonado Lopez.
Hannah Miranda.
Maya Joanne Maltos.
Armani Brashad Mitchell.
Maria Manzanera Calderon.
Mohammed Mohammed.
Yerban Sarkis Barderos.
Julia Margaret Olivaria.
Keegan Alexander Munkin.
Rosita Olmos Cornelio.
Gunnar Joseph Moore.
Jesse Joseph Olson.
Alex Joel Morales.
Julian Ortega Peña.
Angel Lopez Morales.
Monique Marie Ortiz.
Brianna Michelle Moreno.
Isaac Scott Osuna.
Austin Eli Morgan.
Sofia Elena Pacheco.
Ariana Lorraine Morin.
Anthony Joe Padilla Jr.
Edward Musa.
Stephanie Marinda Page.
Nalini Ana Dorcilia Mungal.
Alexa Guadalupe Palacio Uribe.
Christopher Murphy.
Angelica Alexia Espada.
Keontae Rashawn Nakast.
Christopher Jordan Penns.
Flora N. Najim.
Eduardo Manuel Perez.
Danae Espinosa Napoles.
Jesus Socorro Perez Franco.
Nicole Marcela Navarro.
Tamar Theo Peterson.
Michaela Renee Nelson.
Audrina Alize Petros.
Daniel Allen Nye.
Alyssa Cruz Pierce.
Miguel Angel Navarez Lopez.
Alexis Pineda Sanchez.
Jacinda Faith Nichols.
Kevin Ponce Villegas.
Spring Norris.
Danny Ray Quiros.
Austin Jared Noose.
Maria Alexandra Rodriguez.
Tristan Alexander Raffaele.
Daniel Rojas Lopez.
Joseph Doroteo Ramirez.
Alicia Victoria Romero.
Nicholas Ramos.
Rosalinda Yvette Romero.
Maria Rea Renteria.
Kimberly Lourdes Romero Martinez.
Jeremiah Reynoso.
Marcus Rosales Jr.
Mabor Deng Rayak.
Joshua Caleb Rubido.
Sandy Adriana Reyes.
Sergio Christian Rubio.
Belen Reyes Arieta.
Juan Carlos Concepcion Ruelos.
Marissa Elva Reina.
Alejandro Alfonso Ruiz.
Ramiro Jr. Baez Rambo Reina.
Zeno Lashkri Sabir.
Michaela Ann Reynolds.
Valentina Sadiku.
Parker Addison Rosselli.
Furman Sagrero Jr.
Jeremy Lee Rich Jr.
Isaac Andrew Salazar Orona.
Edgar Rubio Richardson.
Sergio Zuniga Pina.
Lino Rico.
Samantha Salgado.
Brianna Nicole Riddle.
Alyssa Sarah Sanchez.
Janitza Paula Rivera.
Gabriela Monique Sanchez.
Joseph Devante Robinson.
Naum Sayed Sandoval Jr.
Victor Antonio Robles.
Eric Lamont Satchel Jr.
Analicia Gabriel Rodriguez.
Miguel Angel Torres Crispin.
Roman Angel Saucedo.
Alexander Van Tran.
Drayvon Patrick Nigel Saunders.
Kelly Trin.
Tyler Jaron Schmidt.
Dewan Demar Twitty Jr.
Jessica Elaine Scofell.
Liliana Precious Valdez.
Aileen Sandoval Babuca.
Brandon Nathaniel Valdez.
Austin Jacob Shaw.
Sergio Alfredo Valdez.
Chevy Michael Shoemaker.
Aslan Yanis Valdovinos.
Samantha Karen Smithart.
Michael Arsenio Baladares Jr.
Kina Renee Steffen.
Hannah Marie Van Tessenbroek.
Talon Ray Stevenson.
Michael Angel E. Vasquez.
Taylor Marie Stott.
Isaiah Thomas Veal.
Spencer Mitchell Sticks.
Adam Joseph Vega.
Justin Edward Suarez.
Christopher Alexander Vega.
Michaela Lee Sweat.
Joshua Vega.
Brianna Nicole Thomas.
Luis Alberto Venegas Cisneros.
David Robert Torres.
Charlotte Verzini.
Jade Dominique Torres.
Jonas Thomas Wallace.
Jocelyn Nicole Torres.
Kimberly Way.
Jocelyn Rose Torres.
Joseph Alexander Webb.
Nathan Caleb Torres.
Gregorio Victor Yanes.
Tanner Kiani Wessel.
Garrett Michael Yoakum.
Thomas Joseph White.
Ariana Schuyler York.
Darren Wiles.
Early graduate Lavinia Anahi Zamudio.
Megan Nicole Williams.
Jaslyn Cassandra Davala.
Melissa Victoria Wilt.
Tobit Armando Davala Vasquez.
Briante Kiara Alexin Wright. Sydney Ray Wynn.
All right, make sure you remember your cues. Ladies and gentlemen, or graduates, before we introduce you, make sure you pass your tassel from the right side to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present to you Peoria High School's graduating class of 2017. Trevor, go ahead and lead him out. Can we have the recessional music, please?
And as our newest class of alumni of Peoria High School leave the stadium, I'd like to remind everybody to please exit the stadium to the outside, where your graduates will be there to greet you. Thank you for attending the commencement of Peoria High School's class of 2017. Remember, once a Panther, always a Panther.